Greetings, everyone. Welcome. We're going to jump into a Strixhaven traditional draft today. I didn't even ask chat because every other option that I was considering has a draft in progress on this account. This is our main account where I am sure to get 4 wins a day and leave a quest slot open because we all know that's how to optimize your income from Wizards of the Coast in the gold category. And by optimizing that income, that's how you can make this game free or less expensive, depending on how hardcore you want to go on it. I always tell people, top line goal is to have as much fun as you can within your budget. This is the only thing that you should be worried about. That's why we're here. Have fun within your budget. But sometimes people have a budget that is near or close to zero. And for those people, I suggest multi-accounting. That's why I say, play until you win 4 times, open up a quest slot, then hop over to another account and keep going there. And by always playing at a time where Wizards pays you to play maximum gold, you're going to pay less out of your pocket because you're going to get more gold to spend on your activities in game. It's a very efficient way to stay free to play, and it really blows away all the other little tips. I mean, yeah, you should cycle your quests. Every day I cycle a 500 quest, I do this or whatever. But once I started multi-accounting, it was so easy to keep my head above zero that it's easy to get kind of a little bit lazy on the other stuff because the second account is so powerful. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that, and a powerful place for you to get your tabletop action going, of course, is my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They have everything you need for your tabletop game. They sponsor me every day here, and I really appreciate that. They've been a sponsor of limited resources content from the first sponsorship that I got when I was doing limited resources with Marshall. That was Card Kingdom, and went to Wizards for 7 years, came back out, started making content again, and Card Kingdom was right there saying, "Hey, Ryan, you're doing content again. We want to sponsor you again." And it has been so nice to have them on board, and I really appreciate all their support. And if you want to show it, you use my affiliate links. You check them out via the panel down below. In the YouTube notes, there's a link to them. That's my affiliate link. And of course, Hat always throws up the link in chat. That lets them know you got there from here and helps keep me on the air. That'd be sweet. So let's draft. We got a token entry. We did I started a challenge draft over the weekend. We ended up 4-2. So we got 3 tokens. Came out ahead there. That was cool. And that means we're playing with house money for a little bit. But I'll get out of your way for the draft. Haven't done traditional since last week. We'll see how fast it fills up here. Yeah. Fenner and Pablo talking about the power of Silver Quill's air attack. And yeah, the good call on the... Oh, now I'm forgetting the name. Somebody will come up with it. It's the 1/5 reach for 4 that you sack 2 and sack to get back a spell. That thing does work. Rob's wants to blah 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 the draft queue. I'm not sure how that works. I guess get on with it works. Here, you can have that, Rob.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Pillar drop warden, thank you, Pablo. Yeah, the pillar drop warden. It tends to wield. Not every deck wants it. It can be weird in Lorehold because, like, are you Lorehold aggro or Lorehold control? It's great in Lorehold control. A little weird in Lorehold aggro, but the ability to in that mid-late development stage, turn 4, 5, 6 stage, drop down this impossible to attack through house. Impossible is a strong word, of course, but 5 toughness is kind of the magic toughness in the format for sure. And it's got the magic 5 toughness at 4 mana. So it can block all those pesky 4/4s that Prismari spits out. And anybody with access to blue or red, basically. And, oh, there we go. Got a few now. But it goes super late, yeah, so that Warden is pretty critical card in Prismari and Lorehold control, I think. Ship me a killer deck then, Tron. Is this me? That's a little weird. I've never... Okay. Oh, good. I get to be the one who missed it or something? Rebuilding the queue? Where did everybody go? Okay, there we go. There's Tron. Let's see where Tron is relative to us. Tron, couple drafters upstream. Well, you know where I'm starting. I'll start on a Cody. Fun and powerful. There's the Inkling summoning we were talking about. As a also a reasonable place to start, really. I like a Shock. I like a Pop Quiz. I like an Orator. I like a Specimens. Really a powerful pack. Shield Mage is even pretty good. Really, you want the Orator, Rob? I think Cody is powerful enough as a build around to pick one and try to make the thing work. Got a lot of options from here. Well, not a lot of options, but a lot of time from here is what I meant to say to make this work. Orator's second choice. That's an interesting question. I think maybe Inkling Summoning might be my second choice out of this pack. Okay, someone passes me a blot out the sky. Can I get the summonings? Well, we're going to take blot and probably move into Silver Quill. If Cody comes along for the ride, fine. But yeah, Fenner says it's gone down. I hear you. Like at 2 mana, this is no better than this is worse than a common from, sorry, at an X of 2, not 2 mana. At X of 2, so 4 mana, this is like worse than the make 2 Drakes 4-drop, you know, like it's not even good at an X of 2. But X of 3, it's like, okay. But then, like, X of 4, as a 6+ mana spell, it's hard to deny. And also, I love the X spell with Cody. I mean, we can blot with Cody in play, right? But then we get a Silver Quill Apprentice to consider. Oh, another Inkling Summoning, triple summoning, and a Study Break to boot. I like the Apprentice, but maybe I'm just supposed to go into this neck of the woods. Yeah, maybe time to take the summoning, but boy, I love a Silver Quill Apprentice and Silver Quill. You say it's not special? I find this to be a nightmare for oppos in combat. You keep some mana open and have an instant, and you can, I mean, I like the, oh, we didn't have one this pack, but the Eager First Year I think is great, and then this being able to throw that around is super nice. But I agree that it's time to jump on a summoning. I don't want to pass anymore. All right, and trying to stay open here, I would take, well, Cram Session. I mean, it's the best card here, so we're taking it. I hear you, Doherty. We're not locked into Silver Quill. Nope. Also, Blot Out the Sky, quite splashable, especially with Cody, right? Cody can give you both of your splash colors for a blot. But there's nothing here but the Cram anyway. Mastery isn't the worst. I think it's close. Like, what? Why? I just don't see what this gets you for 6 mana and limited. Humiliate. Campus. First Year. Pilgrim. Introduction. Wowie. Lots of good cards. Arrogant Poet, another could I take this pack type situation. I mean, this would... no love for Curve? I have love for Curve. I do. But I don't see why I would take it here in the face of Humiliate still being in the pack. Yeah, that's true. I'm worried less about Cody and more about just the straight up power of Humiliate, though. A lot of people want Curve over the Humiliate. I'm more on the open lane. I mean, we got past a blot. I'm taking the Humiliate. And I feel like I'm getting paid here, although Rip Apart is quite a card. I agree. Curve is great. Here's one. We can take this one. But I'm kind of just... Yeah, Silver Coal seems really open, and I'd rather just take advantage of that. Yeah, Lash over First Year. Yeah, Silver Coal, Cody might make this anyway. Another Cram session, but a Shield Mage. Cram or Shield? Cram is better for Cody, because we can blot into a Cram or whatever. This is a consideration, but not over Shield Mage. I think this is just solid. This is decent too. I'm going to take the Silver Quill direction. I feel like the table's given us strong Silver Quill notes to listen to. Here's this Cauldron. But we have a Spectre and a Summoning. Math likes the Cauldron here. I'm kind of on Lesson. Spectre is good. Lessons are the ones that if I don't have at the end of the draft, I'm like, ah! Right? Spectre over Bad, Lesson. They're close. I went with my gut. We'll see how it plays out. Another Shield Mage. You've never felt bad about not having a Spirit Summoning. Have you ever felt bad about not having enough lessons in the abstract? Like, I'm going to take Pillar Drop here. I try not to play the Warning, but if I do, I like the 2-for-1 over a narrow response spell. Letter for Splash is interesting too, but what did I take over it? I can't even remember now. But I'll take a Spirit here, even though you can take a... I'm going to rare draft. I don't think that Spirit's that important. Just well play one of these. I guess the Spirit's a little better, but hoping not to play this. Pilgrim comes back. That's a good sign. I mean, this isn't amazing in Silver Quill aggro, but you still play it. And it's still a 2-for-1. Still gets you your mana, your 4th land drop. How many times have I played this and it's been responsible for me making my 4th land drop? Not 0. Yeah, good thing to ramp towards the blot. Sciences for splash potential and just fixing potential. I mean, there are times where you just don't have your white or whatever. Yeah, this is looking less and less aggro-y, right? We don't have anything going on creature-wise at 2. Now, we're early in pack 2, so let's not panic either, but just note that as it's currently headed, we're not aggro, so if we're going to be that, we need to find the 2s, but generally, I'm still just going to take... we'll take spells here, and maybe the trick is to still get Cody to work here. I'm going to take the sciences, though. Flunk, a solid pickup, but there's also a hunt, and we do want our learn in. Take explosive welcome on some long game splash, but I think flunk is just too fine here. We just take flunk. Yeah, a little too cute to take anything but the flunk here. Prophecy, Spectre are interesting. Anybody who went hard into the curves for Cody might have a fun blue-based Cody deck, although I don't think it'd be very strong. Like, blue has not been open, but curves have been open, so you could definitely have done something here. But yeah, I'm on Apprentice. Don't want to pass another one of these. Generally, I'm taking Doomblade. Doomblade misses on, 20% of cards, but flunk probably misses on more than 20% given the math involved. And in gold sets, I guess it could be more than 20%, but you know what I mean. Annihilation, lesson-based removal, baseline removal, or utility creature. If we're still trying to do the Cody thing, we should just take the Onslaught and keep going with spells. Fenrir likes the 2-for-1. Oh, you like this 2-for-1. Sorry, this is a 2-for-1 in the wrong direction. You like 2-for-1. If there's yeah, that's the question. If you think we're doing Cody, we could take this. If you don't think we're taking Cody, you could take the Blood Mage, and it's not the worst. But also I think I'm just going to take the Onslaught. If you're a Blood Mage picker here, I don't hate it. But Cody or not, I like the Onslaught here. Assistant to buy back our spelly nonsense. Would have been too many words to add to the card, but could be flavorful if you were allowed to cast like artifact creatures. You could cast more Codys. Anyway, what are we doing here? Squad, Defiance, Fracture. We're best of 3. We can take a Fracture. There's Worlds and we bring this in. I don't know though. I haven't really thought to even bring in a Fracture. That being said, what are we taking instead? I guess I'd rather have an Assistant than a Fracture. Another Rescuer. Yeah, buyback Blot seems like a fine thing to do. And then kill your Assistant by making X6 or more. Oh, it's non-creature. Never mind. I was thinking it was named. Actually, you would survive. Never mind. Yeah, I said gold could affect that 20%, but you know what I mean. Hear what I mean. Rescuer medium 2. I think with the control-y aspect of how we're doing, I just want another Rescuer here, but we need the medium 2s to get back with it, right? Defend the Campus doesn't stink in best of 3. Neither does Cogwork Archivist. And look at the Quandrix that is now here for this Cody. Of course, we didn't see much in Pack 1, which is why it's flowing in Pack 2, I would think. Yeah, Late Berry, late-ish Pop Quiz, late-ish Eureka Moment, late-ish Harmonize. But again, I think that's a sign of how Pack 1 was cut in the other direction on those colors. I think a Defend over an Archivist is fine. Cram Session or Expel. We're controlling enough that we could take the Expel, but we also have removal enough now that with only the one Learn, I kind of like taking some more Learn here. It's also something to do on 2 that doesn't suck. Something that does suck is Promising Dusk Mage. But maybe I just take the Archivist because of that. I think this is more likely to be meaningful to our deck than this. I'm going to put it in the board for right now, though. Campus Guide, a painful pop quiz still here. We could take it. Esper Learning. I might as well. I like it better than Campus Guide. Here's a Spectre we'll take. We do have Sciences, yep. Curate. None of this stuff is going to make our deck, even if we're splashing blue, we're not going to do it for Curate. So who cares? Fracture does come back. We'll throw that on the board now. Maybe. I'm not going to say we're going Esper on a pop quiz in pack 2. The point is, with environmental sciences, we can splash. If we find something we want to splash, we can do it. I don't know if pop quiz is it, but we could. Rise of Extus, though, is where we're looking. Over Agonizing Remorse, or really anything in this pack. It's pretty clear Rise. And it's in the control-y direction we want to go in anyway. Here's this flyer. Another environmental sciences. I don't think we want to pick up 2, but we might want to study break. What's this Lore Mage? 4 mana, 3/3. So we got a hard-to-cast Hill Giant, where you can search for a card, your library, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle, and grow it. So that's weird. It kind of clunkily grows. Yeah, we're not taking that. So it's break or flyer. Looks like most people are on study break. But flyer might come back, it's true. I'll take the study break, but not sure. Then eliminate. And I keep going on spell. Maybe we do end up with enough for Cody here. I mean, right now we're on 13 instants and sorceries. This is going to be 14. Onslaught continues the Cody plan over a Shield Mage, which we might get on the wheel. But I'm going to take an Onslaught. Yeah, Cody cascading into Blot is a bit of a non-bow, but you can accept one of those, you know? Fracture in main deck is interesting, but Fumes is maybe better than Fracture for that, in terms of Cody management. Kill your own Cody. Sack Cody to kill something else is actually great. Pass Caller says we can splash red. Said we could splash, and here's the type of reason to do it. Radiant Relic's The Village Rites is a 1 mana spell to Cody into, and that's totally great. But I kind of think we could take this and splash. Nobody's on board splashing Pass Caller with me. I'm gonna take it. That's my gut, even though it's a creature, not a. But we'll put them both in the board for now and figure it out. Go Blank is an interesting spell for the Cody situation. We have another study break, but we took the first one. But there's also a Lash and a Leech. I'm going to take the Lash. We're trying to be creature light and Cody heavy. And, hello. I'm clicking on Lash. Thanks? What the heck was that? I wanted to look at Go Blank, not take it. This could be a Gambit deck. I don't know if we play it, but I'll take it. We'll think about it. This could be the deck for it, honestly. Access Tunnel, more Crushing Disappointment for more draw over Squad. I like Disappointment over Assistant. We have an Assistant. JC likes the Squad. You know, one Squad, we actually have a Crushing Disappointment. I like the Squad idea because it is good out of the board against ground beef. Did I get it? What did I even take there? I don't know. We'll take a poet here. Oh, sorry. I was see this gold. See all these black. Right. We have all these gold silver quill, and I was looking for this frame, but it's got the special frame, so it was a different color. Yeah, there it is. Hey, first year's a nice pickup. Anyway, this is a nice. This is good against large stuff on the ground, so I could see bringing that in. I like picking that up there. Letter of acceptance. Is Cody non-creature or only? Can't cast permanent spells, right? So that is not castable under Cody. So, well, I was going to take the campus guide. We'll take this one, though. I don't think we're playing letter. And then maybe we're playing the guide. Don't think we're playing Star Pupil. All right, well, this was an interesting draft. Glad we took that Inkling Summoning. Didn't see... The first 3 packs all contained Inkling Summonings, then we never saw another one. You're wrong on the forests there. I'm going to show you the numbers. Currently 12 creatures, 16 instants and sorceries. This is without the blue or the red. So I'll put this and this in mind of like, we have the environmental sciences. We could splash these. I think we're definitely Codying. The question is, are we splashing? And I'm going to top creature. Dead pack, man. Dead pack. Oh, 10 to Pest. Yeah, I was wondering why I wanted so much green. There we go. Much better deck. Although maybe I'll just cut these for now. So remember, we have a pop quiz and the flyer that we can splash. And I'm going to take a quick bio break while you assess the sitch, and let's talk cuts when we get back. We need 4 cuts, so ponder your cuts, and I will return to discuss. Hey, gang. What do we think? Let me see. I'm kind of with Gedanmore on pass caller, not pop quiz. If there's a splash, I think the pass caller is strong enough with blot and rise to go for. Maybe let's see, Pillar Drop Rescuer, probably cut one of those. I don't mind one for getting back possibly Cody or one of these 4, but keep in mind this only gets back a total of 5 cards. And 6, yes. I mean, we get back Pilgrim. I would get back Pilgrim, but obviously getting Pilgrim back is not so exciting since you were 1 mana away from getting it back anyway. So I really think of it as this is only a 5-card fetcher. So I'm going to start with at least cutting 1 Pillar Drop Rescuer. Defend the Campus can be cut in best of 3. To an extent, even Divine Gambit might. Study Break is not great here, but is still going to stay in the main just for some damage prevention and learning. Crushing Disappointment, we can probably let that go. We're drawing off of Cody and all the learning. So I think I would cut that. Do we, if we cut any more of these 2s, do we even keep the other Rescuer? That's one question. See what other people have wanting to pull. This Go Blank maybe can go, but I'm kind of mad that it's even in our deck because I wanted a second Lash and like play it. But we could also just cut it and bring it in if we thought we were against a, a grindy matchup, Nice. Cat triggers mandatory update. That is a bad beat. Fenor says cut the Study Break. I called out that it was weak. We could cut it. It still says learn on it, and it still buys us some time. But you're right, it's pretty low impact. If you're not aggro, Study Break loses a lot. But when Study Break's tapping down teams to get through, so you get through for the win, it's incredible. End of turn, study break, tap your squad, get expanded anatomy, and grow something and kill you, right? You like the crush? Well. Campus Guide, if we cut it 2, is the one to go. The reason to keep it would be because of bringing in this. And I think we don't start the guy that divine main. The thing with Cody is you really want to be happy to cast whatever you flip, and there are times where you're just not going to be happy to cast this, and I'd hate to flip it. But yeah, you may be right that Guide is actually better than Poet. We're not really looking to get up in the air on attacks, but you know, they're very similar. Really, Poet and Guide are these two. They're both 2/1s for 2. This is a little easier to cast. I mean, if you want, we just kill the Poet and keep this, call it a deck. Yeah, we've got the... you took a study break, you went blank, and you flunked. Eliminated and humiliated. 30 lashings for you, flunker. You're not a huge fan of Cody in this deck or in this archetype. I mean, I hear you. It's not great here, but would you not play it? I mean, are you cutting Cody? Yeah, we might get a non-bow. I still think you got to play it with 12 instants and sorceries. I think it's good enough. Well, let's experiment then. I'm curious, yes or no on Cody. Let's take a poll, see where chat is at. Yes or no, run Cody. And also, before you stop at 12 or count at 12, it's really 13, 14, 15, 16, because we have 4. We got 4 learn spells, and if you want to keep going, technically it could be 17, 18, 19, 20 if we return learn spells. So while we're not as spell heavy as you might want to be in a Cody deck, we are not spell light, even at that 12, because it's not just 12. It's well more than 12, significantly more than 12. It's pretty normal rating where not everybody's here to interact. Hello, viewers who are not here to interact. I see you, and I'm still glad you're here. Thanks a lot. All right, so people want to at least try the Cody, but I'm willing to give the no Cody team a chance. We'll play... Maybe we'll rebuild for the second match with no Cody, see how it goes. Yeah, that's an absolute fair call out. Several people have pointed out that the problem with Cody in a deck like this is that we're spell heavy in terms of removal, and much in the same way that I was reticent to play Divine Gambit because of the sketchy nature of when you want to cast this. That's just a very specific end of the spectrum version of what's going on in the whole deck, which is that removal is situational. Removal tends to not get everything. Like, no matter what removal spell you name, it tends to come up short on something. So we could end up having too much interaction for our opponent's threats, but to that I say bring it. To that I say fine. We pass the turn with all of our mana up and we do nothing until you play your second creature. We don't like. I just feel like, all right, let's run into that problem. Let's trigger that problem, and so let's call this good problems. We have so much removal, we're afraid that we're going to flip the wrong kind of way to kill our opponent's creatures. That's good problems, I think. Happy problems, that's fair. How can I say good problems when I can say happy problems? I apologize, Happy. I shouldn't have even missed that. I feel like that's a punt. I practically want to reinstigate punts just for that. How about Happy Tuesday problems? No campuses. That sucks. Since they won't give me a default, I'll go in and manually add my favorite basics. I think they're just my straight up favorite basics of all time. Right up there with Beta. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can. I have some right here. Oh, and I put them back in the cube. Oh, here we go. They're the lands I use in my cube. Well, I have alphas, betas, and unhinged. You want to see what's really the best about these? My sleeves. You ready for my sleeves? Here's how I sleeve my cube. These are OG R&D Lotus sleeves. Funny story about the Lotus sleeves. Actually, here. So, all right, little side story time, because that's what I do here. So again, now on big screen to show you. So again, here's the OG Lotus sleeve. It looks very much like a black Lotus in a sleeve, such that, well, my joke is, people see the backs and they'll think that the whole deck is black Lotuses. And I was like, yeah, you can make 21 mana on turn 1 pretty consistently, but nothing to do with it, right? Still, so R&D had these printed for sleeving purposes around R&D, and also to have cool sleeves to take to spell slinging. So if you're going to go battle somebody at an event, battle Magic players in an event on behalf of Wizards R&D, you can sleeve up your deck in the Lotus sleeves, and then there's lots of oohs and ahs when you play, right? Well, unsurprisingly, R&D ran out of Lotus sleeves and ordered some more. I have some of the replacement sleeves here. Kind of don't want to open this pack because it's. Let me see if I can show it to you. I'm gonna try and get this. So here is. See if you can look. See if I can get it. Do you see that? Yeah, there you go. Do you see that? See how that Black Lotus really pops? And I think down here, like mono artifact, it really pops. That is because They R&D like sends the Black Lotus file to the place to get it printed, to the printers, right? To the people making these sleeves. Here is the thing to use. We want you to make this image on these sleeves. Well, somebody at the manufacturer, like whoever did the layout at the manufacturer, was like, you know, you can't really read Black Lotus. You can't read the words on this card. I know, I'm going to help them out. And I'm going to add a drop shadow to the text. And then you can read it. And they're like, there you go. You're welcome, Wizards of the Coast. I fixed it for you. Which, of course, is a lot like that nun who fixed the art by painting over it, right? Oh, my God. Don't... You know, if your job is to print the thing that somebody sent to you, you print what they sent you. Or if you have the gall to think they might have done it wrong, you call them up and you say, are you sure you wanted it this way? We could add a drop shadow. So now Wizards has a crap ton of these Lotus sleeves that are still sweet. They're still sweet. But those words pop and they break the experience, right? They make you, oh, that's clearly not a real Lotus, right? Oh gosh. So anyway, it's a funny story from R&D that somebody tried to help R&D out, and in doing so, basically kind of ruined the joke on the second run of those sleeves. I don't know if there has been a third run, and I don't know if they have recorrected the problem in a third run. But I do love that I have quite a few of the OG. I don't even know what these would go for out there. I haven't done market research on the old Lotus sleeves, but let me tell you, I hope they're worth something, because I got some Black Lotus sleeves. Anybody want some Black Lotus sleeves? This is a small sampling of my hoard. But that's because back when I was in R&D, I was doing a lot of legitimate work that needed sleeving up of cards. I was making paper versions of the online cubes we were making. So I had a lot of need for sleeves. Sometimes a favorite practical joke of a former colleague of mine, Max McCall, would be to take a Lotus sleeve and put it face up in like the trash at a GP and just have a Black Lotus sitting in the trash. All right, back to the game at hand. Thanks for the aside. I hope you enjoyed that. I like looking at old R&D stuff. And we're going to try this. Yeah. What are these even? These are max. Anyway, whatever. Let's play some Magic. We didn't even here. Speaking of sleeves, I guess after all that, I should pick some sleeves. And I guess we better pick our Lotus sleeves, right? That's for you, Mama.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la araña discoteca.
Nobody gives away more free memes than me. Nobody. Shh. Not the point, Radiantware. Listen to the dog. Let's talk about Rocket. Well, 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 here we are. Cody ready for out of the gate. We're going to keep and go with Cody. Two of our spells become uncastable once we land Cody. But the idea is we're going to be happy with what we can do with Cody. We'll see. Also, Cody is such a lightning rod. I don't even know if we untap on turn 4 with Cody in play. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and lash the Apprentice. Hey, there's our blot. That's great to draw, because then we won't Cody it. Perfect. Is Cody a spirit? Too bad. No getting Cody back with Pass Caller. But here we go. Let's see if Cody even lives. All right, Cody lives. And we're closing in on good mana. So, we could blot for an X of 2. It'd have a total cost of 4, which would let us find a Go Blank, Cram Session, Humiliate, Flunk, Eliminate, Study Break. So we could do that. Oh yeah, sorry, Cody. Oh, okay, sorry, I was forgetting that Cody even makes mana. Never mind. So Cody giving an X of 3 makes me want to just do that, don't you think? Let's do it. Why not? We might find, if we find any removal, we have targets for it. Can't play the owl. That's the thing with Cody, right? CBL might not be on. Let me check that for you. Hold on. Eliminate. Troll or Soul Steeper? What do you think is the one to kill? Interesting. Yeah, we do have Rise in hand, so it almost doesn't matter that way. Let's take Dina out and then as the more abstractly powerful card and know that we're right around the corner with Rise anyway. Well, now we're not. Shoot! What a brilliant Agonizing Remorse. What? Kigropa, you need to read cards, friend. That is not the right choice. Unless you're getting this one too right now. All right, score 1 for Cody. I really didn't want to lose this because I was all excited to go get, I think one of the best combos we have, and one of the best reasons to keep running Cody is that we did pick up this Necrotic Fumes. Anybody worried about Cody being too non-bo-rific here? Like, we've got so many avenues to get a Necrotic Fumes and just kill the Cody and kill something else to do it that I love the out we have here with Necrotic Fumes. That being said, I don't think I change anything here based on what I've seen. I mean, they're showing ground beef, potentially. We could do, we could bring in Defend the Campus or Spiteful Squad if we thought those were going to be more premium here. Yeah, it might have been a Shame Scoop. Oh yeah, maybe we should get like a Cone of Shame Shame Scoop meme. That would be funny, he says, dropping breadcrumb trails to the people who actually do the work out there. You all know who you are and you're awesome. and also, whenever I drop, like, please don't feel obligated. Like, I don't want anybody to be doing work for this stream that they're not happy to be doing. So if I drop ideas, don't feel some sort of pressure to go make it happen. Only if it tickles you too and you're like, yeah. Shame Walk would be good too. All right. Anyway, back to sideboarding. Like, as I was saying, Squad or Defend are defensible choices. But is Squad really better than just keeping the shield mages? I'm like, I don't want to pull in creatures unless I'm cutting creatures. I'm just gonna make them show me what they're doing and run it back. Cones of Dunshire. Clara really wants me to design Cones of Dunshire for real. Turn that into a real game. Oppo going first, and we've got Campus and Study Break and a single land. I'm going to keep it. We just need any land in 2 draws, and this is going to be fine. yes, we could go spell, spell, and if we go spell, 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 ugh, we're probably losing, but this is a keep. So there's spell number 1 of the spell, spell, spell doom. But again, I like our choice. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Thank you, deck. Thank you. We could cram session, but let's go ahead and campus guide. It doesn't get much better than campus guide on 2 with no third land. So let's do that. This is peak campus guide. And let's see, we don't have any double requirements here and not much in the deck, so I'm going to go ahead and get our splash. We also can get our, we could get our second black with environmental sciences if we need to, but for now, might as well get our splash color. A lot of good stuff for them to choose from, but it's all kind of the same thing, so this doesn't really matter to me. What did they take? Go blank. I guess they don't want us to go after their hand. Fair, fair. And can't cram session and hold up lash. So we could just hold up, but they know about all this stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and cram. We didn't see a, we don't have a 4th land yet either, so I like getting the environmental sciences, and next turn we have removal or study break plus environmental sciences. Could also just get an inkling summoning. Whenever I see that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the choice too. But we don't have land in hand, so I'm going to be sure we do. There's the pass caller. We are splashing. In this case, we're going to sciences and lash the apprentice, which is interesting because they know that they know we have this, but maybe they're just like, well, I got to do something. Wowie. Oppo not in for trying to grind that one out. Well, I said we'd switch to a non-Cody build, but I kind of feel like we didn't get our Cody's worth out of that. But that's all right. We'll. How about this? We know since we've won, we're guaranteed, and we were anyway, but we're guaranteed 2 more meaningful matches. So I'm going to stick with the Cody build for now, and we can switch to the non-Cody in 3rd match if we want to. None of my info is right. Let's fix that. Sorry, gang. I guess free to play is correct. All right. Keeping on the strength of cram session into environmental sciences. If nothing else, if we find a plains, great. We'll play the apprentice instead. Wouldn't mind a plains. I'd rather go plains into apprentice into pilgrim into cram eliminate. And look at that, we got there. Thank you, deck. Now we can cram for an inkling instead of mana, which is great. Although now maybe we want to get mana so that we can cast this. But right now we're going Pilgrim anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't mind that. I bet they're going for environmental sciences themselves. Oh no, Inkling summoning, interesting. It's a pretty weak use of study break, which is why it is not good in control, right? It's generally, I mean, sometimes you're saving enough damage so that it's kind of like cram session in terms of gaining you some life, but I'd rather just have the straight life from cram session if given the choice in that spot. Whereas when you are casting study break in order to enable your aggression to get through, it's quite incredible. now we get the cram session eliminate plan I was talking about. And we can go environmental sciences, get the red so that we can play the pass caller. Also, it doesn't suck to eliminate this here Pledge Mage. Oh yeah, I should have crammed first because it would have given me a point of damage. I was trying to do the hold open mana, but instead made it worse for damage. Whoops. So they should be at 14. We'll see if that 1 point matters, but we are going to get sciences to ensure pass caller on 6. Yeah, you're right, Siriana. I'm just saying that's the default heuristics in play that made my brain operate that way, not that it was correct. Flooding a little bit here. Funny to have to go get land when you got 3 lands in hand, but you know, it is what it is. Wow, new plan. New plan. I was like, well, this isn't the best pass caller ever. I mean, we get a cram session back if we want it, but we're still going to do it because, but now we're going to rise, get something, and then get the rise back. Let's get this summoning. Still flooding a bit, but pass caller. Let's see. Do we want pass caller? We can't get anything that gets. We can get a lash back and then attack into the combat profit. We're not going to be. We're not. We don't need to worry about this turn. We're going to get the rise and play that next turn. Might even go rummage away a swamp. We'll see. They can drop an Inkling summoning that trades for the pass caller pretty well, but we are getting some serious value regardless. Could also just send Pilgrim until they do something about it or until we find removal for the Inkling. No blocks here, though. All right, Assistant letting us buy back the rise again. I'm in. So, Fume, summoning, or loot? I think we can just take the summoning here. That's fine. You want fumes? What are we killing? Like, yeah, we can sack Pilgrim for fumes. That's not bad. Would clear the air for so that we can get rid of the Inkling. Sure, let's do that. Oh, fumes does exile, but still might be worth it. I'll send the Pilgrim as an offer now. I get that I misread this or misremembered what, you know, it's not the awesome combo I was hoping for with the Pilgrim, but it's still fine. What's this now? Other tapped creatures you control get +1/+0. Other untapped creatures you control get 0/1. Whenever you attack, untap each creature you control, then tap. Okay, got it. Interesting. Trying to now figure out if I hold the swamp for future looting with the rise that we're going to get back yet again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana total. I could also play the swamp and go Assistant Shield Mage. And then next turn with 9 mana, we would have Rise plus Inkling. They did not tap it. They untapped it and did not retap it. Yeah. So So we'll do Assistant, get Rise, and play the Swamp. Maybe we'll draw a land naturally anyway, and then... or we're going to draw a Rise naturally, I suppose. No attacks with Pilgrim into that right now. Let's just go with the play as stated. I don't feel the need to keep up a blocker at 21 life. But for what it's worth, we have them. You're talking about their choice. I get it. Yeah. Maybe they wanted a blocker, but yeah, maybe they're just trying to peck in and keep blocking available. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can Rise and Fumes, exiling the Pilgrim, whatever, it's fine, and get rid of both flyers and just crack in the air. You like just kill this and offer trades. Yeah, I mean, at least, let's see. If we take away that and it's 2-1 and 2-1, then they have a 2. Then they 2-for-1 themselves to block the owl. Yeah, we can kill the 1/3 and then see how we want to go for there. That's fine. Let's do that. I like it. And then we can follow with an Inkling Summoning. And sure. Take that. Send all. They get a lightning bolt, but they're going to take 3 to be able to use it. And we get to show Oppo another one right away. That's going to make him Sad Town. And this is a, quote, bad summoning that we took. And here you go. Like, yes, it's among the worst of the summoning lessons, but the summoning lessons are, if castable, they're all great. Time to give you one of these memes. Jeez.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la araña discoteca.
Score another one for Cody. I don't know why y'all don't want to play Cody. Looks like an actual mirror, except they are heavier red. We're just splashing the red. But basically, lore hold. Good stuff. What's the black for? We don't know exactly what the black is for. Mostly it's just been lore hold removal. D weight is like trying to mess my mind up with facts and stuff. You sit down with those facts. I'm gonna run it back. Not amazing, but we got a 3/4. That's go blank, get it back, cast it again is going to be hard for anybody to recover from. So let's see if we manage that and ideally find something to do on 2. Yeah, this was supposed to be a Lash of Malice, but we're making it work as a go blank. Champus Guide to save the 2 and give us access to our red mana if we want it. I think so. Yeah, it was weird. Of all the strange little issues I've had with Arena, I've never had that one before, where it's like, why aren't you letting me click on the pick? I'm going to do it... we're pretty heavy on land, but we got a blot, so we don't mind being heavy on land. And it's actually, with the way they're dumping their hand, going to work out okay. We might get we might get a full 4 cards off the Go Blank assistant plan. Yeah, the campus guides, but now they're fighting. You know, like you had the one campus guide running their group into another one, and now there's a big rumble. Campus throwdown. Go Blank, Oppo. Probably not, Tron. I just enamored with the idea of emptying their hand with double Go Blank, but probably 2 blots is good. Although the thing is, let's see what we get. I mean, this is at least okay. Excellent. I was gonna say the reason I'm liking the idea of Go Blank on the assistant is that it just gives us something to do on 4. But now their hand is dumped, and we drew an alternative 4, so it couldn't be better, really. We're effectively Silver Quill. We're playing exactly 1 red card, and that is the Past Caller. First year, all well and good, but when you can rebuy the blot, just cast the blot for 3, no problem. Yeah, we could blot for 2 as well. And maybe we should have. That probably would have been the line in that spot, but the Spectre obviously much better play there. I've never seen West Side Story. I just know to do this for a gang fight. That's all. I can leave this back to threaten the campus guide or trade 2. Am I going to block with this, though? Like, let's say they send into this next turn. Am I really going to block? Maybe not, but I doubt they send into this if I leave it back. So I'm going to leave it back. We got the long game wrapped up. Well, they could do that as well. Now we got Study Break plus Biblio Assistant. That is insane-o. This is great. I could 2-spell with Eager first year, but I just like actually using Study Break when it's going to be good for us. I mean, when those gangs start snapping their fingers, run. You get out of there. It's about to go down when this starts. Uh, 6 mana. I guess we just want another Inkling summoning, right? Removal? Yeah, I guess we have a million creatures, so yeah, removal's a good idea. Good call, Radiantware. Just in case Fumes makes a lot of sense, yeah. And we're at 8. If we just send everything, they could top deck burn and kill us. I'm not going to send everything. I think I'll send 2. And then if they kill 1, I don't know. Maybe I only need to keep 1 back, because if they draw removal, then yeah, we're gonna blot again, but they're gonna be tapped, right? We could also just, yeah, we could just send all on Fumes and wait on the blot too. That's pretty reasonable. If we kill the Mentor, I don't think they can win this, right? Wolfman's like, you're trying to figure out the 95% versus the 97%. I give up. All right. Sorry, Oppo, but there was still stuff to think about. There are ways you could get back into it. Right. Gandanmore, that has the one that could have got us there if we got super loose. 3 damage learn. So 3 damage to our face, go get remove creature, remove, and do a total of 8. So there were outs for Oppo conceptually. And now here we are at 2-0. And we said we were going to do a Cody-free version, but it's been a Cody-free version. Right? I mean, do any of you Cody cutters object? Like, we haven't even seen Cody. So since we've seen how the deck plays without it, I think I'm going to leave it in. The plan was to test the deck Cody free, and we kind of have mostly the whole time, so. And here's Cody to try. With my favorite thing to Cody, the Rise. Nice. No white yet, but we'll get there. Maybe. Eventually. Cody on 3. With Eliminate on 2. Yes. Goodbye. Field Trip, what a great card.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
Worth noting, if we drop Cody here, we have nothing to do for 2 more turns. At 5 mana, we can tap Cody to do a Rise. But that being said, there's some risk that we do nothing. We wheel spin for 2 turns, but Cody is such a lightning rod. I think probably Cody just dies anyway. Let's put him to the test. We also might draw action to trigger Cody. All sorts of stuff could happen here. Well, speaking of, we are absolutely going to flunk that Archaic, because 7 minus 3 is 4. I did the math, and I have the 2 to pay. Do we use Cody, though? Cody gets us a Lash of Malice if we use it, and that does nothing. So we are actually not going to Cody. We're just going to attack with Cody. But now if they play a good spell, we get to Cody Rise next turn. Ah, well, that's all right. Like I said, Cody's a lightning rod, and as a result, we get to go Shield Mage into Rise into Pass Caller, so it's all good. Although it did do the thing of like being a lightning rod. That's, you know, almost one of the reasons to include it is how often your opponents are just going to snap it off ASAP. And here we could cram, let's see, with 6 mana, we could cram, but let's just Rise and Rise the Soul Steeper and win in the air. We could also, I just, in a sense, if nothing changes, if Dina isn't doing a thing, this is the more important card. But much like Cody draws removal, so do cards like this. I just don't know what Oppo is up to, and out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to get rid of their combo card. I can attack first, though. May as well attack with open mana. Get rid of the juke, I guess. And we want a summoning of our own in the air. Depending on what they do, we can pass Caller of the Rise if we feel like we need to get this back ASAP, or we can just cram summoning. We could go cram. That's pretty riseable, I would think. Although Humiliate's nice too. So maybe, let's see, if we go cram, Humiliate, summoning. We can't do all of that. We could go cram Environmental Sciences, summoning. But I think maybe we just want to play the Pass Caller and get the Rise back. I think that's actually the play here. I want to use this Humiliate while they still have a hand, but they probably don't dump all 3 of their cards next turn. Yeah, I think we should just get the Rise, and I am now wondering if I trade 3 for 2 in the air, or I hold this back to block. I'm going to attack because I don't want to block and give him a chance to remove the Shield Mage via combat tricks. But we're going to take 7. That's not nothing. But we also have Cram Session and more. We have lots of life to gain out of the deck, basically. Hunt for specimens. If they have their own removal, they might get it. Nope. Getting some in sciences. What I like is that we get to potentially... Oh, man, they lashed before I could Humiliate and put a counter on that. Good spell for them. We could make a case for summoning Humiliate Cram Session. And we can do all of these and then just Rise this the turn after. And this is our last chance to potentially get something good here. So I kind of like that line. And I'm going to start with the Humiliate. Not bad. Not bad. It's okay. Medium spell. I think, well, we're going to get another learn-in coming up, and we have removal in hand. Let's get a summoning right now. And go ahead and play this one and be... I would trade this off for theirs in the air. Well, I'm ready to trade this for this and keep this as a big air threat. A counter on this doesn't stop it from trading for the other one is the thing. And you know what? I'm sending. I don't care about that drop right now with them on no cards. I will try to offer even. Pilgrim is nice, but we're just going to do the Rise play this turn. We have Pilgrim Spirit Summoning next turn. And we'll get rid of their blot in case they got ways to get that back. And yeah, we'll get our removal in hand. And we're winning this race. I'm going to make them draw something good. Yeah, it's no doubt part of the writer of this. Like, I wonder if this used to just be exile target creature learn. And then they added a writer so that you didn't get blown out. Because it's, you pay 6 mana. I think they're just saying, look, for 6 mana, we're going to make sure you at least get to learn. You know, they might stop your spell from killing their creature, but we're going to let you learn no matter what. I think that's probably where the exile clause came from. I doubt it was on there to begin with. It can be worth it depending on what we see they're up to. Like, so we know they've got 1 natural 5-power creature, and they've got this trying to make things big, and they got this. So Wandering Archaic and Groff make the campus considerable. We could cut, like I say, I like cutting maybe a Pillar Drop Rescuer, which has very few targets to get anyway, although it does get a Cody back, which is one reason I was keeping it. Yeah, I kind of like the Cody return. Could give up 1 Shield Mage. Could give up a Spectre of the Fens. I don't want to cut spells. I think we saw good lash targets, didn't we? I guess the Inkling, the Dragon's Guard Elite for sure. Yeah, Dragon's Guard Elite alone is enough for me to want to keep the lash. Could cut just the Go Blank. Maybe I'll do that. Kind of generically reasonable card for the targeted opponent-based removal instead. The other option on that front was the big Death Toucher, but I'd rather have the spell given the Cody nature of the deck. So let's try that. That's true Blood Gaze. It's like a little bonus for the Lorehold side. Solid keep. Maybe Lash is bad against Elite in that, except for that one specific spot, but also I hardly think that's the only thing in their deck that dies to a Lash, so... I like making them have it. Might have to study break anything. Might have to just study break to get environmental sciences. What do you think? Are we paying 2 to get a 2-mana spell to ensure our 3rd land drop? Kind of rough, but I think so. And if we draw a land, great. We can, it means we have our 4th. Radiantware wants to risk it. You know I respect the risk, but I'm going to do it. And we needed it. And I'm getting the red since we already have a pass caller in hand. So that was a really awkward way to spend 4 mana. We just spent 4 mana to ensure our 3rd land drop. But we got it. We got it. Pilgrim to find our 4th even. I love it. It's not going to be very good on the blocks here, but I like that we get to hit our 4th land drop. I even was saying, how many times in this format have I played Pilgrim of the Ages on 3 or on 4 with no 4th land? And the answer is a lot. This is so good. If they send the Pest, are we chumping? Or trading? Maybe. What are we trading? Why would we not trade? We would not trade because we have stuff coming online that could trade. We can kill it with a Lash. That doesn't seem good, though. I'm not really blocking the Professor with it anytime soon. I'm going to go ahead and make the trade. It's already done great work. It got us our 4th land. It's getting a Pest off the board, and we get this back later. Field trip.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip.
Science is setting up their potential blot turn. We got to watch out for that. We got a blot of our own. Sure wish we had some hand destruction because I feel like they might have their blot getting ready to go up there. But we can blot into pass caller into blot. So I like our situation as well. If we go for blot now, we get no blocks, but double blot beats a single blot, right? Siriana, that's what I was thinking. But we could also, well, what are we going to do? Like if they tap down, if they go down to 3 cards in hand or 4 cards in hand, we can get the professor. But yeah, I just like triple blot. We can take another, we're at 18. Oh, you mean triple blot like cat? Yes, triple blot pass caller assistant, but triple blot right now in terms of 3x of 3. Triple sounds good. But watch Oppo do the blot thing right now as well. That would be funny. And then we just have to out blot them. Feels like that's what's coming. Yep. Nailed it. Oh, and now you show up, Humiliate. Dang it. Oh, I knew it too. Oh, you're so late, Humiliate. Ugh. So, Assistant Lash is interesting, although I kind of want to keep drawing lands so that our blot is bigger. But Assistant Keep Up Lash is fine. And then, because what else are we doing if not? We could Humiliate now. But maybe they'll do something to return the blot and we can get it back. I like the Assistant Keep Up Flunk, get the blot back. Yeah, we could flunk the Professor, but not on our current mana count with that play. We'll save the flunk for the Prof and probably do our best to trade blots in the sky. We can do 4 trades and a 5 and get all the blots traded off. And then re-blot our own. A lot of mana here from Oppo. I'm worried about a bookworm. I owe you some memes. Here's a...
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Me llamo T-Bone, la araña discoteca.
And actually what I should do is... So, one of the settings on my memes is loop or not. And I, of course, I have loop off, except now I turned loop on for this meme.
Oh, you guys made me eat. Oh, you guys made me eat. Oh, you guys made me eat. Oh, you guys made me eat.
All right, now I'll let you see what's going on.
Oh, you guys made me eat.
I'll do the Humiliate meme when we actually cast it this game. I owe you one from last time, but... Good response from Oppo, keeping this interesting. A lot of value going on here. Radiant We're like chumping and taking 2. But why chump and take 2 when you can trade and take 4? I mean, for 2 extra damage, you get to actually remove a creature. And we have a plan for this one coming up. Probably not blotting next turn. We're going to manage the board and then blot later. That's interesting, Siriana. That's a reasonable line as well. Then we still just have an Inkling in the air, but maybe that's okay because we're going to re-flood the air with other Inklings. So completely reasonable. Oppo in the tank about what to get here. Hopefully that's good for us, and they're out of great options, and they're trying to decide what medium option to get rather than the cornucopia of awesomeness they're choosing from. That's pretty good. Still have a pest summoning around. See what they can do with it. But I mean, at 10, 1/1s matter is when you're coming up with 2/1s to kind of manage the board. So we can go Shield Mage. We can also do, we can eliminate, I guess we want, yeah, the single black is the real problem here, right? We only get one spell. So we got to choose which of our 1 spells to play. And maybe it just has to be Shield Mage, try to trade with Prop, but it probably just has to be Flunk, right? Unfortunate, but I think that's true. Choked on black here is hurting us. But I'm with Siriana that thing needs to die now, and then we can try to... Boy, if we untapped and got... even a swamp off the top doesn't help that much right now, because then what's our play? I mean, I guess we eliminate Humiliate in that spot. you So now we kind of need like a 2-drop creature, and then we go, play 2-drop creature and eliminate. So now we got to eliminate, and then we're just dead. Ah, man, what a frustrating loss. Like, we just got choked on black, and now we're dead. So, well, first loss of the event. Let's see if we can come back and take the third. Yeah, maybe getting the blot back then wasn't correct. I can't remember that sequence, but now I'm questioning whether I should have gotten the blot back if I didn't think I could cast it in time to get defensive there. But part of that was just not drawing land after the fact. Yeah, not drawing Cody cost me that game. All right, let's run it back. Although Defend has looked a lot worse in that matchup. Did we see any? I guess Defend would have gotten Professor. But worth noting that Professor is like the only card that Defend would have gotten in that game. Squad would be doing the same job that we brought in Defend the Campus to do. And Defend the Campus works with Cody, and Squad doesn't. So that was my thinking there, Siriana. I'm going to run it back like this. Also, we just don't have a lot of creatures inherently, so sometimes the squad won't have a good place to put counters if it dies, which is another issue with that card. All right, this is good, though. Lovely start. And yeah, now I feel badly that we never got to fire off the Humiliate, so here's the meme for you.
You're short, your belly button sticks out too far, and you're a terrible burden on your poor mother.
That's true. We could actually win the game with a Defend on post-blot on the other side of that card. Death is but a door, time is but a window. I'll be back. I don't know about those first... I don't know about the first sentence, but then you finished on Schwarzenegger. Oh, that's more Ghostbusters 2. Gotcha. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. That's my favorite dad joke of all time, probably, from Groucho Marx. Blot would be an awesome draw ahead of the Rise. 5-drop or lower spell that we want to cast would be nice. Yeah, that's a good question. Onslaught would be fine. Shield Mage, less so. Can't cast that with Cody around. So now we are stuck and hoping that Rise gets their next turn. Yeah, I hear you. We haven't had the non-bow yet, but maybe we'll Cody into Blot here for maximum pain. I'll take it. You gotta take the risk of Cody into Blot to run the powerful combos. 1 non-bow in exchange for all the powerful combos. And really, even if we non-bow Blot, there's value in our deck of getting the Blot into the yard. We have 2 cards that get it back from the yard, so there's that as well. I'm just here to survive to the late game. I'm happy to offer the Apprentice here. I'll take it for trick or trade. Either one's fine. All right, well, they got our Cody, but we get Owl into Rise, so all still good. The inevitable... I guess that was a reason to keep that. I can't remember if they played that the first game. I could have thought that through and been like, oh, we can play around Exile, or play around Sacrifice. But again, we're still in fine shape. Shield Mage is good. We have Rise next turn. I mean, if they discard, like, I don't want to see the one that we cut, the discard to Exile Graveyard. That would kind of suck. Kind of wince. Also, Blot would kind of suck. If they just want to play 1 Inkling Summoning, though, I mean, I'm in for that. Double Juke!
Are you ever not going to fall for that?
Oppo working us over with Juke. But we're about to basically 2-spell with Rise and go get something. And now we have a thing to Rise. And we have another Shield Mage. All looking fine here. Just an Inkling Summoning of our own for the air, I think. We have another Learn coming up. So yeah, let's take Inkling Summoning right now. And we can decide again on the next Learn session what we get. Cram session, Learn session. You know, ours wouldn't suck. You could give us ours. Now what do we even want? Fumes, not great here. Spirit Summoning at least is another body that we could race with. Better than the other one. We don't want to rummage away that, so...
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Yeah. Desperate for a good top deck. That was painful. Now we're extra desperate for a good top deck. Come on. I don't want to lose this. We went 5-0. 5-0 to 0-2. Not the way I want to finish this. But Oppo beating us with the deck, with the card like we're trying to draw. Oppo's just got a good deck too. Hey, that's a chance. That's a chance, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for us. And staying back. I guess I could send, I mean, trade 3 for 1, taking 8, 9 versus getting them to 15. Yeah, I guess Dina could do some extra damage, so we'll stay back. So our plan is for them to draw badly and us to attack with some and leave some back until we're the ones with we're the only ones with Inklings. That's the plan. But it does involve them not drawing well. There's a lot they could do, draw and find to help get out of this. But yeah, if we can get the blot back, we'll be in pretty good shape. But with 6 against the 4, I just like sending 2. And then we have blocks, 4 for 4 blocks if we need to, and if they get some, if they kill one or two of them or whatever, we still have blocks on the others. Ground Spirit, I continue to like holding Dina back, but I guess Dina can be double blocked. Yeah, maybe send this, and like you could even do this if we want to do it that way. I'm gonna do this. Offer the trade, offer a chunk down there, but keep us a big chunk behind. I'm gonna sandbag the swamp for right now. Throw in a little full control pause. See if it gets them. Now, turns out games with cards in libraries that you shuffle have some variance to them. We were looking way up against it to Oppo's Bomby Blot, and then we recovered with our own Bomby Blot. Our best draw, I think, is a Past Caller to get Blot back in hand. Although maybe it's, I guess if maybe it's just Defend the Campus if it allows us to, depending on how they attack here and stuff. But I imagine Defend the Campus isn't even good because all of it still trades, even with Campus. Onslaught would be all right. Well, interesting. Did they draw some responses? I'm going to make them have it. We're going to do the exact plan I stated. Could even triple block Dina. I think I like triple block Dina. You don't like triple Dina? Oh yeah, because they can do that. Good call. I forgot Dina's own ability. Probably not the best. Good call, good call. But this is a decent board for us, although I shouldn't have done that. You're right. I made it. We could have been even in a better spot. So still, the board looks good for us, but I don't want to miss that I shouldn't have done that. We should have made them have it with what they had, because that was like what I was trying to play around is them having instant speed removal to turn it into a 2-for-1 blowout. But what I did was accept a 3-for-1, not a blowout. I mean, we got our trade, but I accepted a 3-for-1 to try and dodge a potential 2-for-1, which doesn't feel worth it. Yeah, you know what I mean. I might have, yeah, 3-for-2, sure. Now we're gonna send the 3-2, see if they want to trade there, and trade in the sky if they don't. We're flooding, but we have the board, and Oppo's flooding a bit too. I'll give you a meme, but I mean, Oppo's in the same spot.
Oh, here comes the flood.
Is there any discard one? Like, am I, like, you must discard one of your choice that I'm playing around here? I don't think so. I'd rather just, like, I'm just going to play it. Because we do have ways to get this back. Pilgrim. Hold land for rummaging is a reasonable call. Although I still kind of would get the if we got a lesson, I think I'm still going for necrotic fumes right now. But we could hold this plains if we want. Yeah, Tron, I think I would do that normally, but I have actually outstanding events that from yesterday that we haven't finished that I'll probably go to do those. Sure, we're going to hold this one for potential rummage. Hey, now. There we go. Well, here's a chance to rummage. Chance to, but we're going to start with the cram anyway. And decide what we want to do. Sciences or fumes. We have the removal for this. I don't want to fumes the other thing, so actually I am going to rummage for now. And look what we got. An eliminate. We could even eliminate this and keep going in. I like it. Trying to keep the attacks flowing. Got a plan for that. Good. Good, more land.
We will say goodbye to flesh and blood.
Rob wanted to trade off the token. I don't like trading the one thing that's successfully attacking there. That was our threat. Pilgrim all the way. How about that? Pilgrim for the win. Happy problems. We're playing non-bows and Cody in a less than perfect Cody deck, but 3-0 is 3-0, baby. That's true, Rob. We could bring it back, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's fast enough to bring back that you're right, that we could have done that, but it did get us that damage right then, right there. I don't know how it plays out vis-a-vis time-traveling supercomputer on that front. But Chipmunk Man, I went 4 and 2. So I got 3 draft tokens. We used 1 yesterday, 1 today, and we'll use 1 tomorrow. Yep. That was a draft token win. Pushing gems up at no entry cost. I love it. Let's say goodbye to YouTube friends, and then we'll see which of these events we want to continue. Hey, YouTube buddies, that was a good one. Cody, no Cody, we got it done. It required that blot, though. Blot versus blot, and I overcame a misplay on the dealing with Dina, and we held on for the win. But imagine if I had not triple blocked Dina there. Dina still would have died, and we would have gotten through that whole end game with an extra 2-1 flyer, and it would have been much less close, and we would have won much faster. So it didn't cost us a win, but I'm still thinking about that mistake, and it's like, really, I just didn't think about Dina's sack ability. I think of Dina as, oh yeah, life gain. She turns life gain into pain, right? That's how I think of her, and I stopped reading. I should give myself a no read. Here you go. I'm going to give you, from my Dina mistake, I'm going to give you a no reading meme because I'm feeling it. I should have thought that one through.
Oh no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Read Dina, you figure that out there, Ryan. But we got there. Anyway, sometimes you don't read and you win anyway, right? Thanks, YouTube friends. Catch you the next one.